Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back on Eco. I've gotten several different requests recently for basically how to choose a server and getting started on a server. I've kind of decided that the one that I was playing on is really kind of not my cup of tea. So I'm going to go about finding a new server and then basically the things that I do the first day on the server on how to get started. Seeing as it's now 2021, I'm trying to push to get 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the videos, and if you enjoy this one and find it useful, go ahead and hit that like button. Alright, let's go ahead and see about finding a new game here. So, the beginners worlds are good ones for beginners to eco. They're generally set up with, let's see here. Generally set up with either medium or low collaboration settings. They have a smaller world size. They have a decent number of players. There's some good trading going on generally. There's different achievements. Things are not reset sometimes. They're very supposed to be ones that are set up with beginners in mind. You go into the cities upon a hill, and these are ones with where it's longer term. So these ones, as you can see, are day 1, 3, 5, that kind of thing. They're earlier in the game. These ones are then a little bit higher. So you've got like some of these are really quite high. There's a day 114. That one's a super long term, never reset. But these ones are a little bit more set up for established people. A Brave Frontiers, these are experienced citizens and very highly collaborative. So there's a high collab, ones where if you get on, you're not going to get as much hand holding. You're kind of expected to know what you're going to be doing and how to do it. Very high specialization. This one actually doesn't have a media, but this one's a very large world size. So there's various different ones that you can get on here. I generally there we go. Here are strange worlds. These are modded worlds. So they might have like different shovel mods or different things like that automatic pickup of mine things. It really just depends. You can get on there and see exactly there. So there we go. Medium collab, 3 times skill gain, increased carry stack size, classic storage chests, increased cart truck storage, active government thriving economy, friendly Discord. So various different options for something like that. This one, of course, is at day 23, so that one's a little bit later in the game, especially with medium. There is a media, so I'm sure they're probably quite close to shooting that one down. And then, of course, you can host a private world, and this is what one does if you're just playing with yourself or a couple of friends. Generally, no collaboration is your best option, and there's various different skill multipliers here to make it a little bit easier to play as a single player or as just a few people on a world. What I generally do is I use this browse all button up here, and then I use the filter button here. And I can generally start to narrow this down to a few servers. So I generally like to play with about less than 150 milliseconds of ping. So we'll go ahead and set that. And then I like to get on in the world when it's relatively new. So I'm going to change it to very start, or as many as let's go 5 days in. We're going to go online players. Let's go 0 to oh, I suppose we really don't care. Let's have at least a minimum of 3. because that kind of guarantees that we weed out the ones where it's just a few people playing on there. We can turn total players to, say, greater than, say, 10. And then we're going to change specialization. I've found that I don't like playing on the medium, or sorry, the low and the very low. Medium is kind of okay, but I do like the high and the very high. So we're going to set this up. I do like the media, so we're going to turn off no. We're going to make sure that it checks the version match and no password and language match. We're going to hit apply. And so this will go ahead and start sorting through here, and it'll find different ones where that's the case. So let's go ahead through here then and take a look at different things. So this is a smaller world. It's only got 1 square kilometer. Medium collaboration, higher stack size, more weight carry, better recipes, fight the media. So this one's a modded server. This one's new player friendly. Again, medium collaboration, smaller world size. Day 3. This is another way if you can tell the economy is going or not. You've got 637 trades here, 0 contracts, so that's not generally a very good indicator. Let's see here when I'll be back again. Hosted on a private home in North America with a commercial grade server. Okay. So high collaboration, day 2, 4 of 28. This one actually looks like it could be a good match for me. It doesn't say whether any kind of mods or anything, but that one could be fun. This one's a beginner friendly, one-time character experience over time, brand new co-op mode, medium high-ish collaboration, 27-day media, 84.2. Okay, higher collaboration again, media on that. This one's actually quite a small world size, 0.77 kilometers, square kilometers. So that's at least allows you to get on it and get going. Never resets. So this one's a very high, but it doesn't. Well, medium. Become the oldest eco server. Okay. So 4 kilometers, kind of a larger server. There's some basic things that you get right off the start. Woodcart, 60 wild stews, basic engineering scroll, basic skill scroll, and 4 more different things. So those are probably all the basic skills, so you can learn those early on. Again, that's a medium specialization setting, so I'm going to stay away from that one. Let's see here, dedicated medium collaboration server. And let's see here, small boost, big stack, medium collaboration. Okay, so let's go for this high one then. It's a 4 kilometer server, so that's a good one. Day 2, decent size, day 2, so it's early in the game. 28 players, 4 online currently. 156 trades, so there's a good one there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit join. And this will go ahead and load us into there. Looks like there is a Discord channel. So generally I find that that's helpful, especially if you're just checking out a server to see how you're going to like it. If you get onto there and press the Discord button and link into their Discord, it's easy to see how active people are by how busy it is on the server. This is actually not a bad start, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it right like that, and we'll just hit save. There we go, and we'll see where we start out here. So as far as, there we go, very nice. We're going to go ahead and hi, baby David has woken up. So for the first things I generally do on a server, if you are new to Ego and you've never done it before, I would highly encourage you to go through these tutorials and make that your key. You want to go through and follow all of these tutorials, use all the different controls, and basically complete each of these tutorials. There's the Discord link, as I was saying. You can go ahead and click that one and it should jump you right into that and open that in your browser. Next will be placing your starter camp and looking to find the media, which does not appear to be up currently, so I won't be able to see that right off the bat. And then of course placing your starter camp. We're going to go ahead and drag that into the taskbar here, and then we're going to find a good location. There we go, number 2. And place your starting camp down in a good location. So for that, I generally determine what profession I'm going to choose. For this one, I generally do like mechanics, smelting, that kind of thing. But I like to find, where people are at and kind of settle in that area. So I'm going to head down here. It looks like there's already a few different people already set up in this area. So I'm probably going to come, well actually, this might be a good area over here. It's got good access to some trees over here. Good access to a waterway there, so that's good for faster connection to various other places like this. Yeah, there's a decent amount of trees and resources and stuff. It's right by the desert. There's some limestone there. Let's see here. Ooh, there's a bit of a cliff there, so it might, there we go. Probably right over here is where I'll settle. So we'll go ahead and travel over there. And I'm just going to pause this right here because, you guys probably don't want to see me running around through the world. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to drop a marker right here. Oops, let's close that. There we go, and drop marker. And we should hopefully here, there we go. And that'll be our starting goal right there. So we'll go ahead and look around. There's my marker, 441 meters. I'm going to get off of that, and it's always generally a good idea when you're running to your different location to pick up a few different things. Some basic foods and all that kind of stuff. You can either trade those with someone who's set up for cooking, or of course if there's no one set up for cooking and no one purchasing something like that, you can always cook them yourself and turn it into food, which is going to be critically important. So I generally do like picking up these beets, as they are a relatively balanced food. The pumpkins are kind of good for trading, so I'm going to pick some of those up. I don't have my shovel, so I can't pick up the camas bulbs yet, as those are something that has to be picked up. There we go. Alright, we'll just go ahead and skip over here. I could take the waterway, but that's a little bit longer of a way around. So I'm just going to run through here. These huckleberries are used in a lot of the earlier... reindeer skins are still on. They're used in a lot of the earlier recipes, so it's always a good idea to pick up a few of those. We'll pick up a couple of the beets too. Let's see here, how do we get around? There we go. Okay. So, first things to do on a server. You always want to get started. You put your starter camp down, get out all of your tools. That's always critically important to really get started. And then I guess determine what your skills are going to be. If you're new to eco, I would recommend playing on a lower or medium collaboration world. It kind of gives you an option to test out some of the various different skills without having to spend a massive amount of time leveling to get each of those. Once you're a higher player and you've played through several different server runs, and you know basically how everything works, or how a decent amount of the things work, playing on a medium or high collaboration server is generally a little bit more fun, as you get to be a little bit more of a critical part of the economy, and get to your specialization counts for a little bit more generally. So yeah, get your starter camp, figure out your profession, and place down your starter camp in a good place for that. Like I said, I like doing the smelting and that kind of thing, mining and smelting. So let's see here. There's my marker right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and actually I think I'm probably going to put my starter camp right here, and we'll build my mine right in down to there, because that'll cut down on the area that I need to mine down into. So we'll go ahead and place this down. Yep, right there will work. Perfect. Go ahead and we'll grab all of our tools, and I'm going to go ahead and move all of these up to here so that we, oops, come on, there we go. Have room for all of these. The seeds, I guess I really don't need, but we do have a decent number of the other things to help us out. We'll go ahead and we'll leave the tomatoes and the raw fish in there, as it's going to pull from there we'll go ahead and put those up to there for your crafting recipes. So we'll go ahead and get all of those out, and we'll put the beets and the beans and the corn and the tomatoes into here. We'll go ahead and put the beet greens and the fiddleheads in there as well. Okay, so first things first, you're going to want to make yourself a campfire and a workbench. So I'm going to go ahead and order one of those and one of those. They'll do the work for it. And there we go. Next up would be to chop down a couple of trees and mine a little bit of stone so that you can get those going. I'm going to go ahead and skip my tutorials here, as I know how to do all of those. I'm going to go ahead and skip those. There we go. And we've got a skill star right off the bat. It's going to be another 2 days before I get my next one. So choosing wisely here is a good idea. I'm going to pick up mining, as that goes well with my there we go, as that goes well with my chosen profession. Timber! It's always a neat touch when they include something like that, you know, chopping down and showing that off. Okay, we'll go ahead and put that into there, and then I'll go ahead and start crafting the workbench and the campfire. Good. Alright, and then we're going to go, and since this one's up on the surface here, I'm just going to use this. Okay. I'm going to put that right into there, and that should kick out. Oops, that's just storage on there. We'll go ahead and look into here, and this should be kicking out my my workbench and my campfire here relatively quickly. There we go. Good. We've got another 30 seconds, and that'll pop out. So the next thing then will be to establish some food. You know, you've got your starter camp placed down, you've got your tools taken out, you want to get some food next. Because that's critical to doing everything. You've got to have some calories to be able to provide the labor. And so you definitely want to get your campfire and your workbench started. There we go. So we'll go ahead and place this down. I'm going to make sure I place this on my land. There we go. This will work. And we'll place that. We'll place that right there. Okay, so it's out of fuel. We'll go ahead and put a little bit of fuel into there. Very good. And then we can go ahead and start cooking some things. So we can cook the boiled grains right off the bat. Those have got a decent amount of carbs and protein, a few vitamins. Actually, the best ones, let's go ahead and cook some, let's see here, we'll do some charred beets and some tomatoes and some charred fish. So let's go ahead and do the charred fish first. There we go. We'll go ahead and do 5 of those. And do the work. There we go. And that'll start cooking them. And then we'll go ahead and do some charred beets as well. We'll go ahead and do 10 of them. Those are pretty well balanced food. And do the work. And there we go. We're out of those. So we'll go ahead and wait on the charred fish to pop out here. That'll be showing up. Again, we're all out of food here, so let me go ahead and we'll have a beet or 2 here. As you can see, those are pretty well balanced. High in vitamins, and it looks like they do have a couple places there where we can sell those. So, point 1, we can sell 10 beets, and we can essentially trade those 10 beets for one of these stews or salads. Let's see here, 153 meters east. It's probably not a bad idea to pop over there and see exactly what we can find. Ordered stones, stone roads, basic upgrades. He's got quite a bit there that we can sell. Nothing, of course, that we have yet, because we're looking at masonry for most of those things. There we go. We've got our workbench. All right, and we've got. There we go. Perfect. And that'll help to increase our skill gain. So that's another one of the things that you want to do relatively early, is get your skill gain going. So there we go. We'll go ahead and put this down. There we go. I generally recommend making yourself another stockpile right off the bat. There we go. We'll go ahead and do the work on that and get ourselves a stockpile. Because when you just have this small amount, that's really limiting yourself. Let's see, we'll go ahead and chop down a couple more trees here. And basically get started on the basics. Timber! There we go. So I guess your three or four big important things you want to get your tutorials taken care of. If you're new to Eco, go ahead and follow those tutorials, and that'll basically walk you through all the important things that you'll need to do. If you are experienced with Eco and you kind of know your way around the game and know what you're doing, the basics would be getting your food source, getting your workbench started, getting your house constructed, at least to the point where you can perform an essential function. Choosing a skill is generally a good idea if you know what you're doing. I'm going to go ahead and build a storage chest as well. There we go. And we'll get that going. Let's see here. Storage. We should be getting some charred. Why is that charred beet? Oh, we haven't done the work on it yet. There we go. I say we should be getting some of those here pretty soon. We'll go ahead and set up a couple of charred tomatoes as well. Let's see here. There we go. We'll set up 10 of them. And we'll do the work. Oop, too hungry to work now. There's our stockpile. Very good. We'll go ahead and place that down. Again, you want to place this on your land. So that'll be a good spot for that. We'll go ahead and put that on there. And we'll just confirm, yep, this is still on our land there. Very good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and choose a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's go 5, 6. I'll use up all of my land claims, but I've got my house set up, or my land here for setting up my house. We'll go ahead and let's see here. We've got our storage chest going. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start crafting some hewn logs. We'll come up here. We've got 16 in there, so we'll go ahead and do 8. I'm just going to go ahead and set up for 50. Let's go ahead and grab a couple of our charred beets there. And it looks like we'd probably be well advised to make ourselves a couple of boiled grains here. So we'll go ahead and scroll all the way up to the top here and make some boiled grains. Let's go ahead and make 5 of them. There we go. Go ahead and drag that to the start there. Make it work on those. Make it work on that as well. Okay. Let's chop down a couple more trees. And get started towards our houses. Or a house, I suppose. We don't need multiple at this point.
Timber!
So when you're very early in the game, it's generally a good idea to there we go, to leave the wood chips, as long as no one has a problem with that on your server. Good. That's got that set up. We'll go ahead and have one of those. 17.22. Okay, very nice. Go ahead and have one of them as well. Ooh, very nice. Another of those, and there we go. We start getting into the negative amounts there. Okay. So 1 day 5 hours now for my next level up, and that should be. There we go. Boiled grain. That'll go ahead and swing that back into balance. 0.88. Very good. So we'll need to have another one of those. Up. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Alright. That's starting to spit out. No, we don't want that. There we go. It's starting to spit out hewn logs there. We'll go ahead and put these into here and let it know. Yep. And we'll do all the work onto there. Very good. Okay, so we'll continue then. I guess the next key points are to get your house set up. We've got food established, or at least the start of it. We'll get the house set up. We'll need to build ourselves something that we can use to actually make things. At this point, we're going to need to purchase a windmill or water wheel and a rastra to really be of much use, and a rocker box because I've chosen mining. Masonry would be another good skill to choose with my profession. I'll probably take that as well, and then smelting. Another thing to choose then would be to get, once your house is set up, getting your research table going. Because a lot of the basic research can be done at very little cost. So those can be done and learned. You won't be able to specialize in them unless you've chosen a little bit of a higher skill gain server, lower specialization. There we go. We'll go ahead and eat a couple of those. Let's get something with a little bit higher. There we go. Go ahead and have that. Have 2 of those. Very good. And very nice. Okay, so we're all the way up to 34.5. We've got 1 day and 2 hours now for doing that. Okay, so that'll be the end of today's video, ladies and gentlemen. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. And once again, I'm pushing for 1,000 subscribers this year. So if you guys like this video and find my content helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you have already subscribed, share the channel with someone who you think would like it. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Ta-ta.